You're watching the SCAC Player of the Week interviews. It's week one of the 2022 SCAC volleyball season, and today we're joined by the SCAC Volleyball Offensive Player of the Week, senior right side, Sarah Williammee of the Trinity University Tigers. And Sarah, congratulations, and thanks so much for joining us today.
Oh, of course. Thank you for having me.
Sarah, before we dive into the success that you and your Tiger teammates had this past weekend, I just want to ask, opening weekend, what makes it so special and maybe a little bit different than the rest of the weekends throughout the course of the year? And even as a senior, do you still get nerves heading into those first few matches of the year?
Oh, yeah, I definitely get nervous, especially this year, starting with the number one seed. I was feeling the jitters for sure. I think what makes it different is just that it sets the tone for the rest of the season. And that's something we were really aware of going into this weekend, is just how are we going to start off this season? What are we going to, everyone's going to be watching. So how do you want to show up? And that was one of the things that was really makes it special, I think, especially being a fifth year.
You talk about, the expectations going into this season, and right off the bat, the schedule provides a number of challenges, but this group passes them all. 4-0, a perfect start to the season, sweeping wins over Edgewood, Transylvania, Barry, and Wisconsin-Eau Claire, of course, the defending national champions. 3 top 25 teams. A superb weekend from you and the rest of your Tiger teammates. What impressed you the most, just from an overall team perspective, this past weekend?
I would say our team's resiliency and our mental toughness. I know that there was a lot of people who are just starting out on the court. We had a freshman playing outside and a lot of other freshmen coming in, playing just back row and stuff like that. And I know that's a really nerve-wracking situation to be in. I've been there, especially as a freshman, and I'm just really proud of how our team responded to being down in a set and then being able to come back. Like, I know for Barry, we were down 18-22, and then we ended up coming back and winning that set. So I think it shows a lot of mental toughness from everyone on our team, especially the freshmen.
Individually, Sarah, outstanding performance from you this past weekend. Named the MVP of the Trinity National Invitational this past weekend, leading all of your Tiger teammates with 33 kills, including a career-high 16 in that win over Barry. How much confidence do you take individually from an opening weekend like this past week, and what worked well for you to have so much success out there in the court for the Tigers?
I think a really big part of it is just, it is a team effort. Like, our setter and my setter, Marissa Amarino, she was, setting me up in these really great situations where, maybe I don't have as big of a block, or maybe there's a split. Also, it relies on the passers like our libero, Nadia Kern, getting like 3-dig after 3-dig after 3-dig. So then I'm able to run a quick set. And so I just really would hope to continue the success that I had this weekend going into this coming weekend, especially. But I think it's definitely a whole part of the team effort about the other people setting it up so that I could find success hitting.
Out of this gate with a fantastic start, Sarah. That being said, as you look ahead to the rest of the year, what are you most excited about for this season that lies ahead?
I'd say I'm most excited for this weekend. Playing the number one seed last weekend, I was super, super amped for, and now we have the privilege of doing it again and playing Claremont McKenna. So I'm super excited to be going out to Atlanta and seeing what this weekend has in store for us.
Finally, to wrap things up, Sarah, you mentioned the upcoming weekend. 3 more big challenges for you and your Tiger teammates, taking on Johns Hopkins, Emory, and Claremont Mudscript. CMS, of course, a big challenge. All 3 of these teams will present unique challenges. What are your expectations going into the weekend? What will be key for this team to continue to build off this 4-0 start?
I definitely say that we're going to need some grit. We're going to need to dig deep. I know there are going to be some really long rallies, some really difficult games, and I'm definitely expecting all of the teams that we play to bring the heat, and we're going to bring it too. So I'm just looking forward to some really good gameplay. And last weekend, I feel like showed that this team is really willing to rise to the challenge. And I hope that we continue with that mentality going into next weekend of just really like accepting the pressure and seeing the pressure as a privilege, and kind of building from this weekend.
A native of Denver, Colorado, in this week's SCAC Women's Volleyball Offensive Player of the Week, senior right side, Sarah Williammee of the Trinity University Tigers. Sarah, again, congratulations on your honor and best of luck as you continue to march forward throughout your senior campaign.
Thank you.